My dearest listener, as the day settles into a soft twilight, let your thoughts drift gently and allow me to tell you a story. It is a tale from the vast, shimmering blue of the ocean, a story of love, courage, and the deep, abiding bond between a father and his son. Once upon a time, in a beautiful, warm coral reef, lived two clownfish, Marlin and his beloved Coral. Their home was a lovely anemone, and they were filled with joyous anticipation. For soon, many little eggs would hatch, bringing new life and laughter to their peaceful world. Marlin, with his heart full of happiness, dreamt of the wonderful life they would build together. But the ocean, for all its beauty, can sometimes hold moments of great change. One day, a swift, dark shape appeared, an unexpected presence in their tranquil haven. In a moment of profound sorrow, Marlin found himself alone, with only one tiny egg remaining. From this single egg, a little fish with a spirit as bright as the morning sun would soon emerge. Marlin named him Nemo, a name that meant nobody, but would come to mean everything to him. Nemo grew, a vibrant orange fish with a cheerful spirit, though he had a small fin on one side, which Marlin fondly called his lucky fin. Because of the past, and because Nemo was so precious, Marlin held him very close, perhaps a little too close, anxious about every little thing in the vast ocean. He simply wanted to keep his son safe, always. Then came the day for Nemo to go to school, a day filled with excitement for little Nemo and a touch of worry for Marlin. Nemo, with his curious mind, longed for adventure and independence. He swam off with his new friends, the other young fish, eager to learn about the ocean beyond their home. As they explored, they spotted something large and mysterious in the distance, a human boat, which they called the Butt. Marlin, ever watchful, cautioned Nemo to stay close. But Nemo, in his youthful enthusiasm, felt a gentle pull towards adventure. He swam a little further, touched the boat, feeling a small thrill of daring. It was at this moment, as if from nowhere, that a human diver appeared. With a swift movement, the diver's net scooped up little Nemo, and just like that, he was gone, carried away into an unknown world. Marlin's heart felt a profound ache, a mix of fear and determination. He knew, with every fiber of his being, that he had to find his son. His journey began instantly, a frantic swim into the open ocean, calling Nemo's name. It wasn't long before Marlin met a friendly but wonderfully forgetful blue tang fish named Dory. Dory suffered from short-term memory loss, which meant she often forgot things only moments after they happened. Yet, despite this, she had a kind heart and an unwavering optimism, and she instantly offered to help Marlin. She believed they could find Nemo, even if she couldn't always remember why. Their adventure took them through many parts of the ocean. They had a surprising encounter with 3 sharks, Bruce, Anchor, and Chum, who were trying very hard to be vegetarians. Their motto was, "Fish are friends, not food," and while they were large and sometimes a little boisterous, they truly were trying to change. Marlin and Dory shared a meal with them, a nervous but ultimately peaceful gathering. Later, in the deep, dark parts of the ocean, they were drawn towards a curious, glowing light. It was an anglerfish, a creature with a lure on its head. With a burst of cleverness from Dory, they managed to retrieve a diver's mask that had fallen from the boat, and with a swift turn, they were safely past the anglerfish's soft glow. On the mask, Dory, in a rare moment of clarity, read an address. P. Sherman, 42 Wallaby Way, Sydney. It was a clue, a destination. To find their way to Sydney, they needed directions. They encountered a large, shimmering school of fish who, through a beautiful, synchronized dance, formed shapes that pointed them towards the East Australian current. It was an elegant display, guiding them onwards. Their journey also led them through a breathtaking but slightly tricky field of jellyfish. It was a shimmering, pulsating world of soft, colourful bells, and while beautiful, they had to be very careful as they navigated through. They emerged a little dizzy, but safely, ready for the next part of their adventure. Soon, they met Crush, a wonderfully relaxed and wise sea turtle, and his equally cool son, Squirt. Crush was riding the East Australian Current, a super-fast ocean highway. He invited Marlin and Dory to join them, and for a time they surfed through the water, a truly exhilarating ride, chatting about life and fatherhood. Crush's gentle advice helped Marlin see that sometimes a little freedom is good for a child. As they neared Sydney, they were spotted by Nigel, a kind pelican who had heard about Marlin's quest from other ocean creatures. Nigel, with his big, friendly wings, knew where Marlin needed to go. He scooped up Marlin and Dory, carrying them gently through the air, past the city, and right to the window of a dentist's office that overlooked the harbour. Inside that very office, little Nemo was now residing in a fish tank, alongside a group of wonderful new friends known as the Tank Gang. There was Jill, a wise Moorish idol who had tried many times to escape. Peach, a starfish who could read human words. Bloat, a pufferfish. Gurgle, a royal grammar. Bubbles, a yellow tang. Deb, a flo, a black and white humbug. And Jacques, a French cleaner shrimp. They welcomed Nemo warmly, performing a ring of fire initiation, a playful, gentle passage through the tank's volcano ornament. Nemo quickly learned about the tank's resident human, a spirited young girl named Darla, the dentist's niece. She was known for shaking the fish bags a little too enthusiastically, and her visits always brought a certain urgency to the tank. Jill had a daring plan. They would clog the tank's filter, making the tank dirty, so the dentist would have to clean it, putting them into plastic bags for their escape. Nemo, with his small, lucky fin, was the perfect size to jam the filter. He tried, and almost succeeded, but the attempt was noticed, and the filter was soon fixed. Meanwhile, Marlin and Dory had arrived, looking into the dentist's window. They could see Nemo, and Nemo could see them. Jill knew this was a sign. Nemo needed to try again. The dentist was preparing to give Nemo to Darla. Nemo, remembering Jill's words, bravely made a new attempt to play dead, hoping the dentist would flush him down the toilet, which was their original escape route to the ocean. Marlin, watching from outside, saw Nemo floating still, and in his sorrow, he misunderstood. He thought Nemo was truly gone. His heart felt heavy, and he felt a wave of profound sadness. In his grief, he turned away from Dory, believing all hope was lost, and began his solitary journey home. But Dory, with her remarkable spirit, continued on. Shortly after, Nemo, having successfully been flushed down the toilet, found himself in the vast ocean. He was free. And incredibly, almost immediately, he spotted Dory, who was swimming alone, still calling out, "Nemo!" Dory, seeing him, suddenly remembered everything, the whole long journey, and she burst with joy, realizing she had found him. "Your father!" she exclaimed, remembering Marlin's name and his desperate search. As they began to look for Marlin, they saw him in the distance, But then a great, wide fishing net appeared, its ropes beginning to gather, trapping many fish, including Dory. Marlin rushed back, seeing Dory in trouble. Nemo, remembering Jill's lesson from the tank about everyone pushing together, knew what to do. He swam into the net, a tiny, brave figure. He told all the trapped fish to swim down, all at once, as hard as they could. "Swim down!" he cried. And they did, together, with all their might. The net, unable to hold them, broke free, and all the fish, including Dory, were safe. In that moment, Marlin and Nemo were finally reunited, a beautiful, peaceful embrace after such a long and challenging journey. Marlin realized that his little boy was brave and capable, and he could trust him to navigate the world. Their journey home was filled with a quiet joy. When the next school day arrived, Marlin, with a calm and trusting heart, watched as Nemo swam off with his friends, knowing his son was ready for his own adventures, and that he would always find his way back. And so, my dear one, Nemo went to school. Marlin had learned to let go with love, and Dory, with her ever-present joy, was there to share their peaceful lives. The ocean, with all its vastness and wonder, had brought them through great challenges to a place of understanding and enduring love. Now, as the last words of our story softly fade, let your own world become as calm as the quiet reef, and drift into a peaceful sleep, knowing that courage, love, and friendship can overcome any challenge, and that after every adventure, there is always a gentle, restful return home. Sleep well, my dear.